What's up, y'all? Bomber at Bomber's Garage. It is time to start prepping for winter around here. It was 75 today, but the wind was up to 37 mile per hour gusts and like 25, 26 sustained. So it was a blistery, windy day. The chicken stayed pretty close to the coop. Bear, German Shepherd, him and UA are... I'll say it wrong. She's our Italian sheepdog, Marinarin, something like that. I'll put it here. Got to get better at my. I sound like Brad Pitt in that movie. Buongiorno. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The Quentin Tarantino one. Anyway, it's time to prep for freaking winter. And I was going to show y'all, down in Louisiana, we get like once in a 10-year snow down there. It was crazy. This last winter, we got 10 or 6 inches down in Louisiana. And there was about 2 weeks, it was colder in Louisiana than it was up here in Michigan. So I worked in the oil field. I did have parkas, stuff like that. But for the most part, man, a hoodie, heavy-duty hoodie would take care of your needs, or like a lightweight puffy jacket. So when I moved to Florida, my buddy Jay, he works where he has to wear FR clothes and he's responsible for them. I gave him all of my FR stuff and was like, hey buddy, enjoy it, because I don't think I'm going back to the oil fields and I ain't gonna need them on the beach. Well, I never dreamed I would need another parka. So I had to get one, and I wear the crap out of it. Now, it's one of the Carhartt parkas. It has the detachable furry hood on it, and it is lined. And then, man, I have made this thing super freaking dirty. I wear the crap out of it. It is a work jacket, and since I couldn't afford a nice one, I wear it when we go out too. But it is washed up, super nice, and I wear the crap out of it. My new go-to every day, which you will see, I have worn the crap out of this, is my 1620 hoodie. And you can see from the blue stitching all of the repairs that I have done on said hoodie. And this is like my most favorite. It was a little bit too warm for it today, but man, this thing is snuggy and comfortable. It is fleece lined on the inside, and then in the pocket, it has a Cordura pocket in there for putting your phone, keys, whatever that you don't want to, how some stuff would drop out of the hoodie pocket. They do have one with Cordura sleeves and Cordura front, which is what I'm going to get as my next one. And of course, tons of flannel shirts. I've got some lined flannel, stuff like that. Then my other go-to, which I wear these a lot, are my Shemaghs. Which I look pretty freaking GQ in this, but I like the Shemaghs. I can also wrap that bad boy around my beard if I need to. But it helps keep my neck warm, tucking it in. And it also makes me look very fashionable. And these charcoal and black colors go very nice and complement my beard. Doesn't that look nice? Pretty freaking sweet, huh? So I also know I got to do some freaking maintenance. We'll get to that in a second. I forgot. So, love my cowboy hats. Y'all know that. Love my Stetsons. But the issue is the wind up here is relentless. So today, I've got like a couple of my Bomber's Garage hats. I'm trying to break in my old Chase Elliott number 9 Hooters Racing hat. Then, of course, my beanies. This is a Bomber's Garage beanie. I wear that a lot out here in the shop. And I do have heat, which we'll look at the heat in just a second. But I keep it 40 in here just because of the, it's expensive. Just had some chips. I'm choking. It's expensive to heat this thing. So when I come out, I'll either use my, what we call jet furnace. They call them like salamanders or something, where salamander goes down in the dirt. But use that. I wear these gloves year round. either the old Milwaukees. I like these because of the pads and stuff like that, but I'll wear them out in the shop when it's colder, but I also wear these in the summer. I don't like the lined work gloves. They're just too hard to articulate. And then for my going into town and stuff, these are some REI lined leather gloves that are nice. I've had these a couple of years, and these are like more of my, if we're standing around or going out, my fancy gloves. That's what those are. I had to buy these. These are the original muck chore boots, and I do wear these year around. They're great when I'm changing out the duck water, and you can see there's chicken shit on them right now as we speak. Yuck. But anyway, these are nice, waterproof. These are the insulated ones, the ones that go up to the knee. And I have worn these like all the time in the winter and the summer, hosing them off. And when it is colder and there's a crap ton of snow, I have worn these when we've gone, to get a pint at our local establishment. My comfort shoes, y'all know, are my freaking rainbow flip-flops, and it's too cold to wear them. There's too much ice, too much snow, stuff like that. So I do have these Sorel slippers for around the house, and I'm actually about to put those on. My other go-to boots, these are Redwing insulated. I am a fan of Redwings, just because how they fit my feet perfectly. I've never got blisters from Redwings. When I was in the oil field, I wore slip-on boots that were steel toe. With the exception of the muck boots, all of my Redwings, I get steel toes. Because the deal is you get steel toes, you're used to kicking stuff, and then you get a pair without steel toes and you kick something and you hurt your foot. So these I actually bought down in Louisiana at the Redwing store on a trip down there. So I've got to clean them up and prep them for winter. Then I'm going to pull these off. These are like some non-oil slip, non-slip little 3/4. Back home, I call these like brogans. I don't know what they call them up here. Because some of the stuff I say that relates to Louisiana up in Michigan, don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, also today I'll put another picture. I did find over in Frankenmuth in Germantown. It was German blood sausage, and it's pretty decent. Now, blood sausage is a acquired taste. I ate some of that, some red wine, cheese, and crackers for lunch. I'll put a picture wherever the heck it goes out. But down in Louisiana, we have Boudin Rouge, which is blood Boudin, and it's real hard to find because people just don't like the taste. Difference with it, it is Boudin sauce, but it has rice, and it's real nice. So these, I wear there's chicken shit everywhere, y'all. I wear these all the time during the summer when I'm in the shop, when I'm not in my flip-flops. And man, I wear like my high-top Vans, and I've got some running shoes and some CrossFit shoes for my workouts. But these have blown out a seam on both sides. So I Googled today. I've never had to have Redwings repaired. The ones in the oil field would get a new pair every year, and I would just have to throw those other ones out because the stuff we were tromping around in was just nasty. But we are going to be prepping these for winter. I'm going to get these cleaned up, sanitized all nice where I can take them to the local Redwing and see if they can stitch these up where we can get some more service out of those. So from what I can tell, they will do that. My other winter go-to, which is this year-round, is my Streamlight ProTac. I carry this with me all over the place, and you can see it is super worn. It is great. I love this thing. It's what I check the chickens in the middle of the night. It's what I patrol our property with. I like this thing. It's fantastic, and it's pocket size. Uses that weird funky battery, and it also uses a single AA battery. But yeah, this thing's freaking fantastic. All right, for cleanup, I got my brushes, my Subtle soap, and then my Mink Oil one. I've got which I'm about out of, the Mink Oil that I use is the Redwing brand. This one, it had a cowboy on it, and it's been around a long time. Fiebing's saddle soap. I got it had good reviews. And clean and renew handbags, holsters, belts, saddles, sports gear, shoes, luggage, leather, and furniture. So that's what I'm going to clean these up with and prep these for winter. Because these, I can wear these in the summer, but they do get freaking hot, and I ain't about that. So I did bring a little bit of water and the old Yeti coffee mug for the saddle soap. And I'm going to mix that up, and then I will change the camera. And y'all forgive me, there is so much crap on the this table that I haven't put away, and I need to do that because it looks junky. 10 minutes in and I ain't really done nothing but run my gums. And I am going to have one of these from up north while I do this. Cheers, y'all. Real nice. I'm taking an old-fashioned break, excuse me. Good God, it sounds like I'm already had a couple of those, but I hadn't. I just get bumble-footed in my mouth. That's a chicken term. All right, let me swap the camera around and see what I can do to where y'all can see what I'm doing. Maybe. Or maybe I'll just do it here. Or I'll lower the camera a little bit. Anyway, I'll figure something out. See you in a minute. All right, I decided to do it this way because it was just looking over my back. And I don't know if y'all can hear, Bob's not on the Bobcat. He is on the backhoe. Bob's on the backhoe, not on the Bobcat. So we are going to strip the laces out of these. And honestly, I usually kind of wash these off and let them dry. I'm just going to go straight to the saddle soap, but get them just where they're clean, where they're not obnoxious, and I'm going to spray them down with Lysol and get them all nice for the cobbler in the repair shop up there. Mrs. Bomber got me a 36 pack of these microfiber. Hey, they match my shirt. Microfiber, so I'm going to use one to wash off the saddle soap. Then I'm going to use the other one to rub it in or wipe off the excess mink oil. So, what I do with the old saddle soap is I got a little thing of water over here in this to wetten it. Usually I'll let that soak a bit. Then I lather up the saddle soap, and then I just do this in small circular motions. We'll do one, then the other one I'll do on my own. So anyway, it has been a huge deal for me, and I'll never adapt, ever acclimate to the wintertime up here. Hang on. I don't know if saddle soap stains. Hang on. I'm back. Got my old knife flag apron because I do tend to make a mess. I won't acclimate to these winters. I refuse to. And, man, I mean, it does get, folks don't understand, it does get cold in Louisiana. The humidity, and folks talk about humidity all they want to up here. It is nothing like the humidity in that swampland when it's like 100 degrees, y'all. It is just, it's absolutely insane. So the winters, it's cold down there. It does get cold. The problem up here is it's freaking cold, but the wind's blowing like a hurricane non-stop. It just won't freaking quit, which is irritating, and I just can't get warm. I'm getting that all over me. Maybe it does stain. It's turning brown. So, all right, I got a good sud on that, and I'm going to wipe these down. I've done a video like this before, but this is just very soothing and relaxing for me to do this. I enjoy doing it a lot. I like taking care of my gear. I'll put the links in the bio. I did one when I worked at GORUCK where I shined up a pair of the boots that they manufacture. And then I've done a couple of these of just taking care of your boots. And usually I do this 3 times a year. After winter, clean them up good. And both of these have been worn this summer, but they haven't gotten wet, except for, you know, tromping around, filling up the water for the ducks and stuff like that. So anyway, there is the difference. You can see I got orange paint on them from the Kubota, but that cleaned that up really, really, really nice. I like it. I likes it a lot. All right, there's a couple other more spots I'm going to hit that I missed in these grooves. Around the sole, and then hit this tongue up again. But this saddle soap, that foam just helps to remove all the stuck in dirt, and kind of to help moisturize this. We'll get under the laces good. And these brushes are pretty cheap. I can put a link to those too. All of this stuff come from Amazon except the mink oil. I did get that at Redwing, and I'm due for some more. I used to use an oil that was in a can, like a gun oil used to come in back in the day, like the Hoppy's 99. But evidently, they don't make that no more. And you can't get it. So this is from Sheboygan Brewing. Blood Orange and Honey. One of my favorite beers is Revolver from Dallas, Texas area. And it is a Blood Orange and Honey made by Revolver Brewing Company. And man, that stuff is amazing. All right, once again, see the before and after? You can really see it there. But that turned out nice. So, all right, I'm going to remove the laces on this one and do it. Dang, it's getting warm in here. I still can't believe it's October, almost November. Tomorrow's Halloween. So, I still can't believe it's not freaking freezing cold up here. All right, I'm going to have to take off this flannel shirt. Give me a minute, y'all. I love that I'm getting ready for winter and it's warm up here. Much better. And look, I want to show y'all, a Shemagh even looks stylish with an apron and a t-shirt. And I've worn these in warm weather too with sun protection. And they work fantastic for that. And those are like actually from Afghanistan. What do I do with that thing? All right. Let's get this in here. Soap down and prepped. So pretty soon I will prep the coops. We put clear plastic around them as a wind and snow barrier. And it's got be a little bit colder. The wind's starting to pick up here. And like I say, it has been freezing a couple of nights, but it is by no means as cold as it was last year at this time. Now, I don't believe in all that global warming crap. I just believe weather freaking changes on its own and goes in cycles and stuff like that. Oh, and who is sick of getting political crap on your phone, every other commercial? You can't even watch YouTube without that stuff. No, I'm not going to get into, I mean, most of y'all know which way I, head and stuff. But doggone, man, leave me alone. I wish there was a way you could opt out of all of that nonsense and just not have to deal with it. Even on both sides of the political spectrum, I delete and report junk. So maybe someone will get the message one day. Yeah, see? Chicken poo. I'll get that knocked off before I take them up there. So sometimes once you knock it down, you'll see in some of the creases that these do need some, need some love. So I'll just go back over that again. Now we got 2 clean boots. I feel like an idiot for not doing the washing the soles off of those. These are okay, decent. I really like these boots. I've always been a fan of slip-ons over lace-ups, but I had it in my mind these would be warmer, and that them being laced up, like snow wouldn't be getting in my socks, which is good. And these are waterproofs, and they've got some scuffs and some deep cracks in them because I have abused these a little bit much more between maintenance than I should have. But these are super freaking comfortable. I need a desk that's up higher. Well, or I need more room to set that back. I need like a workbench to where the camera and me and everything, like this is against the wall, so that's why I got it at this funky angle. But it is what it is. I don't know that anyone's going to watch me do that. I'm surprised when anyone watches videos. I appreciate every one of y'all. Some of them I get, like if it's me going to explore a junkyard and you want to see what they got and stuff like that, I do get that for sure. But some of the videos I do that I think no one's going to watch this end up being watched a lot. And I really, really appreciate everyone that watches, even those of y'all that click it for 30, 40 seconds and it was like going, dang, that old redneck ain't gonna shut up and do nothing. So I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate comments, likes, all that good stuff, shares, because I have had some of my videos that I'll see get some good shares on them, and I like that. I'm like, they sent them to somebody. I don't know if it was to, like, you know, laugh at me, or like, hey, look at this, or hey, even dumbo rednecks try to do YouTube videos now. I do hate, my first YouTube video was in 2010, and it was my buddy Alan in his 79 Camaro. He had a 6-speed with stroker in it, and was doing a burnout in front of my powder coating shop. Was the first video. And then I posted videos here and there, and I hate that I just was not consistent with posting videos. just because, man, we did a lot of cool stuff. We did a ton of stuff with the Bomber Bash, tons of car stuff, tons of different projects and activities, and so many people that I could have talked to. And I love doing my interviews with friends and stuff like that, but I hate that I missed the opportunity to not document a lot of the stupid stuff we did. Legal stupid stuff. But tons of car shows. Lone Star Roundup in Austin, Texas, back in the day before it got, you know, just super crazy big. And back then, YouTube wasn't that big either. But it was fun, and then sometimes you don't need to record everything. Sometimes you just have to have those memories in your head and talk to your buddies about it and go, hey, do you remember when we did this or did that? And share that. My buddy Nick, he's a photographer and videographer. He's down in Jack's Beach. He said that before. And I mean, this is his business. It's what he does. It's his livelihood. It's his passion. He really enjoys it, makes a living, supports his family, travels, all the stuff. Doing that, but even he has said before, sometimes you don't need to take pictures of stuff. And he's talked about a couple of times he's seen, you know, sunsets and sunrises where he just put the camera down and sat there and enjoyed it. So not that we were doing any sunrises or sunsets, but we were doing some kind of crazy stuff. Pretty good. They're all shining. All right. I'm going to set these over here. Bring these back. I usually let these dry way overnight, but they're pretty freaking dry right now. So we're going to secure up the saddle soap. This is the new saddle soap cloth. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put the saddle soap on top of it and that over there. And this one will be the one to rub this in. And I hope I got enough of this stuff to do both the boots. So I'm just doing a circular motion, and I do a pretty heavy coat. And man, that is going to make that orange paint on the toe of the steel toe freaking pop. Keep hitting my knee on that cabinet. If I had it closed and secured with the key, it wouldn't be doing that. All right, y'all. That is a nice, thick, shiny coat on there. I'm going to set that to the side. And there's been times before where, like, I'll even let that kind of set overnight to set into that, and we might be doing that with those boots over there. Now you can be way more thorough with cleaning these and this application and all that. When I was in the Marine Corps, we used to have to spit shine our boots that were in the rear with the gear boots, not our field boots. We just kept with black polish. We didn't have them shiny. But lots of freaking spit shining. And again, I'll put the names of this stuff in there. But that's the one. This is mink oil and beeswax. And I do like this. It's pretty good stuff. And we're going to take this nice clean cloth and just wipe all this excess off of here. And just kind of help push it in to the leather. That is annoying. Sorry, y'all. All right. Pretty nice. Didn't it make that orange? Can y'all see that? My hand will bend that way. That orange pops. So I've got 2 different brushes. I got this one that's more coarse. And I'm just gonna go over this with it. I hope no shoe shine dude is going to be watching this going like, that dude doesn't know what the F he is doing. Then I got this horsehair bristle one that's a little bit softer. And I don't shine these up. I guess I could put some black polish on them. But I won't do that. So they will have a sateen finish on them. Oh, another thing, I fired up Duolingo. I'm going to try to learn French Creole. I ain't, by no means, I'm redneck. I ain't no Cajun, I ain't Creole, I ain't Acadian, none of that. But I thought it was very interesting. I think it's very interesting, that language down there. And then I found out Creole is a dying language in Louisiana. So I was like, well, let's try to keep things Louisiana alive. And it ain't the same as French. It ain't the same as French Canadian. Or it ain't the same as Acadian, French, all that, or Acadian, Canadian, whatever it is, it's a whole different animal. And they move like their nouns around differently, so even people who speak French have a hard time understanding that. All right, I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to put y'all on pause for a minute because ain't no sense in y'all watching me do 2 of these. Ain't no sense in y'all watching me do 2. All right, y'all. Got both of these done. Got them laced back up. These old brogans turned out real nice. Those could be church boots if you needed them to. You ain't going to wear them to church by no means. But in a pinch in the winter, they could definitely be church boots. Sorry. Now it's almost funny hitting that. Because I'm like, what am I doing with my knees? I do like doing a fresh pair of boots with this mink oil. Mink wax, whatever this is. Because, man, it makes them just this super nice, dark. And when you're breaking them in and start getting wrinkles and stuff, man, it turns out to a cool, cool patina, much like fancy denim does. All right, we got that thing slicked down. And again, I know someone's probably going to be watching this going like, what in the heck? But, hey, this has worked for me for years. This is what I use. And now in the oil field, man, you know, you just get so much muck and dirt all over the place. You're rarely in, I mean, like, spills rarely ever happen. If they do, you got to call 300 different people, but it's not like you're in a bunch of that crap all the time. But sometimes you get that stuff splashed on you and stuff like that, doing stuff. And man, it would make them boots waterproof as all get out. But at the end of their 1 year, man, those boots, they were pretty daggum rough. And it wasn't to the point where I was like, hey, we need to resole these. I was like, we need to throw them away. All right. Separate cloth from the saddle soap. And we're just going to wipe the excess off of here. I know my accent fades in and out a lot, but it's like sometimes I'm trying to, like, I don't know even what it is. I just, Mrs. Bomber says, just be me. Eagle, my buddy Eagle says the same thing. But I try to, like, you know, enunciate stuff more neutral. And then I listen to myself even when I'm trying to talk neutral. I'm like, that definitely ain't neutral. And ask for y'all. Find out what the neutral ground is in New Orleans. That'll let y'all Google up some information. All right, so wipe down. Now I'm definitely going to let these set overnight before I wear them. And then those other ones, I'm going to figure out when I'm going to get over to Saginaw and see if they can sew those up. Because I know sometimes, I mean, not knocking on Redwing, I've never had a repair from a Redwing shop. But I know you can Google their thing and they're like, yes, we provide stitching and this and that. And then you get over there and show them the boot or the issue and they're like, yeah, we don't do that kind of stitching. You were bending your toe too much. So we shall see. And I'll also do a little update on the Sunday story time of me taking them over there and seeing exactly what they will or will not do to the boots. Real quick, before I buff those, let's just go over that. So these, I do this a lot, as everyone does. So seam busted here, seam busted here, seam busted there, and seam busted there on all of them. And I just think that's kind of a crazy place to put a seam where you're bending. I don't know. I mean, these are pretty, I mean, I put some miles on them, but I've seen way worse. I think they're a still serviceable boot. And if they decide not to sew it, I'm still going to wear them till I just bust out of them things because they're good summer boots. These have the little, whatever that thing is there for you bending, but they've got some cracks in them from the bending, but there's no seam there. I hadn't had any issues with any of the seams on these. And these get in, man, I've spread salt with these. I've had them soaking wet. I've had them in muck, Louisiana mud, Michigan pretend mud. I have done the snowblower in them, shoveled snow in them. Been in all kind of muck, and they have been a good boot. But these wore substantially more than those bad boys wore. But I like those other ones. Them old Brogans is they're comfortable, y'all. And I am all about comfort. You can ask Mrs. Bomber. That's why right now I've got these Sorels on. Look at these old slippers. And these are busting out too. And I think I bought these when I moved up here. I'd never owned slippers because I've never been living in a spot where I needed those. I always just busted out the flip-flops. All right, y'all, that's one done. I'm going to wipe this one down. I'm gonna give y'all a break from me running my gums, finish up these others, get laced up, and then we'll do a closing statement. All right, y'all. The Brogans, looking good. We're gonna see if Redwing will repair those seams. I don't know. Though insulated ones, looking good too. Got a nice coat on them. The winter go-tos right here. And I saw a dude the other day, and he had some gaiters on the top of these, which I'm not gonna lie, kind of look cool, just to protect that neoprene and stuff. Now, I don't know how long muck boots last. I've been surprised. There is a little bit of separation on this seam right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. But other than that, man, these things have been waterproof and been super nice. And they're freaking comfortable. So there's that. All right, next up, we got a free chain link dog kennel, which I don't know if UA is even going to use it. She has a mind of her own, being a guardian dog and such. And then I missed the cool part of a tractor pulling out a dump truck with a tandem trailer behind it, but I got the tractor leaving in the dump truck. Stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all. I will provide links to all the stuff I've babbled about in the description. Thanks a lot, y'all. God bless y'all, and stay warm. Pray for no snow in Michigan. Bye, y'all. 37-mile-per-hour winds. Good thing about an old truck, I know, I feel bad about that, but had to get this home ASAP.